Oh, good, we're here.
Okay. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. This is Brandon coming to you here. As you can see, I'm playing the Stanley Parable here, and it's been a while since I've played the game. You all have asked me to do that from time to time, and I just wanted to, honestly. I wanted to see if I could get to some of the other endings that you all have actually told me about. So I'm going to play here with you today. Hopefully we'll get to see some of the other endings. You all probably already know them. I'm going to explore them a little bit. So let's go ahead and begin the game here and see what happens. I'm going to skip the intro, though. I've seen this intro like I don't know how many times.
This is the story of a man named
so I'm going to skip this. All right, here we are. And I'll tell you guys a little secret. So I started filming this video and I started to go through the game, and while I remembered a few of you guys' comments about various different endings that happened, I could not remember how to actually get them. So I kind of had to cheat. I don't like cheating, but I guess you could call it cheating. I asked actually Google's Gemini, I said list all the different endings. So many of them I've already done. If you haven't seen me play this before, check out part 1 and part 2 to me playing the Stanley Parable. Excuse me. So let me go to that now. I'm going to pause it just for a minute, and I have another screen right over here where I have Gemini's answer. So I'm looking down, and several of these I've already done, kind of the standard endings. I see the countdown ending, the freedom ending, the museum ending. I really like that one where it shows you like the museum of the game. I thought that was pretty funny. The madness ending. It says the escape pod ending, which I don't remember. It says enter the boss's office and quickly back out. Backtrack to a new open door near your office. So, okay, let's try that. I'm going to see if that works. All right,
all of his co-workers were gone.
This was
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, we've already done this before. The left door, when I get up to the door, the left or the right door, I do remember that. That was the big thing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're going to keep on going. Going to go through this room. I remember this room.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Now, you guys told me about this broom closet ending. I'm going to see later in this video if I can trigger that one. I actually tried to on the first version of this video that I started, and I didn't quite get there. I left too soon, and then it just started with the main kind of storyline. So in this scenario, or in this ending, I have to go to the boss's office and quickly go back and see if there's a different door. So let's see if I can do it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, here we go. So, boss's office. Now it says to quickly go out, because I think these doors are going to shut behind me. So let's see. Can I?
Stepping in.
Ah, there we go. I think I did it. So normally, like you would go and the story would continue in there. So now there should be some sort of new door. Now, it's not this, right? This is just the bathroom. So if I go back, this should trigger that ending, right? There should be a new door. There's the broom closet. Do I have to go all the way back to the beginning? I'm wondering. Let's see. Okay, so that's shut. So unless there's something new all the way back at the beginning. Is there? Yeah, this was here before, right? Yeah, I'm 4-2. Okay, now this is new. It's pitch black in there. I'm a little bit scared to go in there. This was not here before. So this is it calls it the escape pod ending. What just happened? Okay. You are now leaving. Okay. And bear in mind, I've already done several endings, and I started to play around with it before. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not creative enough. I wasn't quite creative enough to trigger some of these other endings. So let's see what happens here. Escape pod bay, floor 760. And then what is this? 754. There's nothing here. And then there's some of the other offices. And some of the facets of this game are just nuts. And it's very, very unpredictable. So I don't quite know what I'm getting into. And the narrator has all but disappeared. Ever since I backtracked out of the boss's office, the narrator abruptly stopped. So, is this it? No, it's just a red door. Looks kind of weird. I just keep on going, I guess. Up the stairs. 756. So I have to keep on going until I get to 760 or whatever it was, I guess. Okay. Wow. Okay. 2 more. Wow. I'm surprised it's making me go through all of this. But okay. It's been a while since I played this game, but I do remember most of what I did before. Such an interesting game, Stanley Parable. All right, here we go. Escape pod launch bay. Entering the escape pod will initiate a relay that once triggered cannot be disabled. So what is it going to do here? Escape. This looks scary, does it not? This looks very scary. All right, if I enter, I can see just barely enough to see a hallway of some sort. This reminds me of that ending where you're on that conveyor belt and you get like smashed up a little bit. I do remember that ending. Oh, also, this looks kind of scary. What is this? What just happened? What is it? What is it? Screen just went blank. Was that it? Nothing really happened. Okay. So let's go to Gemini at this point. I'm reading through the endings. Freedom ending, Countdown, Museum, the Madness ending, the Escape Pod ending, which I just did, I guess. I thought there was going to be more to it than that. The elevator ending. Repeatedly ride the elevator up and down in the boss's office until the narrator intervenes. Okay. Some of these endings...
All of his co-workers
I don't know how exciting they're going to be.
What could it mean?
But we'll try it
Stanley
anyways.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. Let's see. So
When
this
Stanley
is, again, the
came
door
to a
on the
set
left.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
I'm
left.
just going to go through this part straight through and get to what I want. This game is a fun
Yet
game.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Broom
Stanley
closet.
decided to
There's
go
the broom
up to his
closet.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
All right,
office.
so this is going to be the elevator ending, it calls it. Okay, so this time we're going to go in the boss's office.
The moment he entered his manager's
what was the
office,
code?
Stanley froze in his tracks.
2458.
Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really
Whoops.
be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too
can't
much
remember
for
the code.
any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of
Okay,
life from a
stop.
man denied any hope, any
I can't remember
reason
what
to
the
keep
code
going.
was.
Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
What?
But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a
this
keypad
narrator.
behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope
I
for
already
Stanley's
tried.
future?
I can't remember the
Alas,
code.
it was not.
I know he
For
tells me.
although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, It had been assigned a 4-digit code
Okay, what is it?
so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
I was close.
Statistically, nearly
2,
impossible to
8,
guess blindly.
4, 5.
Ever.
I had him in the wrong
Yet
order.
incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the
Okay.
keypad, Stanley
Here we
happened
go,
to
here we
input
go.
the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped
All right,
into the
now,
newly
here
opened
we go.
passageway.
Here's the elevator. This is what we want. So you can't go, or can you go up? No, you go down. So we're just going to ride it back and forth until something happens here. Okay. Let's go back up. Okay.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well,
narrator
that's a
makes
great
this
question.
game.
I just can't wait to find out.
The narrator and his philosophical talks kind of makes this game what it is. All right, let's go back down. Well, can you? Just step off and then go back on. Okay, it's not letting me go back. Do I have to go back here?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
Okay.
What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have.
sarcasm.
An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
The sarcasm.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
All right, so now will it let me go back down? Yes. Here we go.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down
He gets
again.
so mad.
Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
He gets so mad with this sarcasm. All right.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Supposed to.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No.
He has to just go with it.
It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Oh, this narrator. Okay, he's going to be so mad. I'm assuming there's nothing. Every once in a while, though, the game will kind of surprise you. What got me on part.
Oh my god. It's the
That's
boss's
what I was
office.
saying. Did you hear that music?
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Oh. This is just great. The unexpected. I don't know how long is this
Okay,
going to... Okay,
I'm
here we
ready.
go.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
It's just like the time he said we needed music, you know, for whatever we were doing. So unpredictable this game is. Okay. What is going on?
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have
level
made
of
space
sarcasm.
in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Up and down the elevator? He's gonna get so mad.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had
If
never
I go
been
back
attempted
up,
before. I had
he's gonna
no
lose
frame
it.
of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Okay. All right. Here we go. What's he gonna do? He didn't say anything yet.
You know what?
It's going much
I just
faster.
thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony
like it
of
went faster
waiting
that
and
time.
anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go.
It's a little
Isn't
scary.
this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces
You know,
from the
I
very
don't disagree
moment
with
that
them with
things get
that.
started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a
gonna kill
slow
me
and
here.
nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley.
though?
What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Nah.
And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over.
Yeah.
Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to.
This isn't exactly
We're being fed
engagement.
such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content
Where's this
that
going?
makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your
What?
life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize
boy.
the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Okay. And, you know, he doesn't sound like it, the tone of his voice, but this narrator is mad. And this is the way he expresses that, by that intense sarcasm. I've never met anyone in real life that is as sarcastic as this narrator, because he's saying he's like so creative from going up and down the elevator, which is not creative at all, that he wants him to give a press conference to talk about his creative ideas. This is great. This is great. Look at this.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
I will say this, not what I expected. I could not have guessed this if I tried. All eyes on you, Stanley, live on stage. Because, you know, I'm so creative from going up and down this elevator. All right, let's keep going. World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. How we did it, the pyramids. This looks like some YouTube thumbnails, honestly. The guy who went to Mars. Okay. All right. World peace, baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Okay. World's first sentient machine. Stanley. And he's just sitting there at the computer. All right. Let's see. To stage.
Right,
Welcome,
are you
Stanley.
ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable
Up and down the
narrative.
elevator.
Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart.
What in the world?
I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you.
Okay.
Go get them.
But I've got to take a look at this. So this is like the green room where guests on shows would go before it's their time. And the level of sarcasm, again, is just fantastic. He's mocking him for being so creative or uncreative by going up and down the elevator. Storyteller, Stanley reveals all in his new book. Up again, down again, the Stanley story. And there's notes here. Break a leg, champ, from your boss. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. From the apartment ending. Oh, your wife from the apartment ending, which I haven't gotten to. I love the way you ride elevators. No one tells stories the way you do. Stanley, me, Dad, age 6, or David. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. Okay. All right, let's get on with it. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. Okay. Does it go straight back to the office? That was the most unexpected thing I've had happen to me all day. So you go up and down an elevator just to be annoying, and he mocks you by saying you're so creative, which you're not. Okay, that's the elevator ending. So let me check real quick here. The confusion ending. I'm not sure. Some of these I've done. I think I've done that maybe. The powerful ending. Jump off the ledge in the warehouse. I don't think I've done that one. Let's see what happens here. So jump off the ledge in the warehouse.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So this is going to be the
Stanley
right
decided
side.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. This is going to be the right door this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
through
stop
this
by the
before.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
I
But
remember
eager to get
all
back to
this.
business, Stanley took the first open door.
So the
on his left.
warehouse is... I don't want to mess it up. I think it's in here, isn't it? Is this the warehouse?
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
Yeah, this is
it's
it.
incredible he wasn't fired years
All right,
ago.
so jump off the ledge in the warehouse. Is this it? Here we go.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are
Powerful.
very
The powerful
powerful.
ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Let me
could it
take a
mean?
look at some of these other
Stanley
endings.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Repeatedly interact with the colored doors. Variety art ending. Okay, vent ending. Okay, I'm looking at these other endings. Repeatedly close Stanley's office door. That's an ending by itself? If I just repeatedly close the door?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome
This is
fell
an
under
ending in
his
and of itself, I
responsibility?
guess.
He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
I don't think so.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by?
No.
He no longer had the ability to tell.
What is going
But the one
on?
thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
By the narrator?
Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Is that it? Okay, so that's an ending apparently. Jump out of Stanley's office window. Does Stanley have an office window?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
There wasn't a
memo.
window in there. Jump out of Stanley's office window. There is no office window, right? Yeah, I don't want to go too far. Let me begin the game again. There was no window in here, right? Yeah, there isn't. Okay, let's try another one. Interact with the whiteboard near the warehouse. Okay. Does it mean the whiteboard... It says interact with the whiteboard near the warehouse.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And I remember there being a whiteboard in the meeting room, but... it says that these are going to be before the two doors. So is there a whiteboard in here somewhere? No, I don't think there is, right? Yeah, there's no whiteboard. I have decided I'm not going to be able to do all of these. Some of these, I'm just not good enough, I guess, to find them. All right, so interact with a specific sequence of coworkers' computers in Stanley's computer. I'm not going to do that. All right, the broom closet ending. Let's see if we can do it. You guys, more than anything else, told me in the comments of my other Stanley Parable videos about the broom closet ending. Repeatedly enter and exit the broom closet. So I did that a few times before I recorded this video. And that was on the left side, right? I think that's right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, where's this broom closet? It's after this, right?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Is this...
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's not those whiteboards. All right, let's just keep going. All right, here it is. Here it is. So before I started this, I think I started the path toward this, but then I didn't go back in enough times or something like that, and I restarted the main storyline by mistake. So let's see if I can pull it off this time.
Oh,
the broom closet ending.
Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay. Is he really not going to say anything else? Is he really not going to say anything else? Have I messed it up? And sometimes I don't know if I really, like, at what point is the ending. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to go on or whatnot. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I did this before, and it was sort of an ending where maybe I can show it to you what I did here. I'll put in the footage right here, but all right, let's see.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And that's what happened to me last time. Let me try it one more time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, let's go straight to that broom closet and see if we can trigger it again.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Boarded shut. Oh, man. So I may have messed up. If you want to see what I did the previous time with the broom closet, I think I left too early or something. I didn't trigger it. Here's what I did earlier. You all told me about the broom closet ending.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You guys told me there was an entire ending with the broom closet. I don't know if I just stay here or what.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Okay.
No reason to still be here.
And I remember at other points in this game I would just leave at this point, but I think if you stay here...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
And there isn't
As it
anything.
is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What? Yeah, there's literally nothing.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
There's literally nothing to do
Standing around
here.
doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
So I'm guessing if you just stay here, there'll be an ending just for this. Some of y'all told me that in the comments.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I love the
I never
whole
would have thought to mention it.
introspective philosophical view that the narrator takes here. Now what?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending
You
was
guys
my
said that.
favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
You said that actually in the comments.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
I didn't expect
That
him
or
to
with
say
drug
that.
money. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
What?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Oh, you
Well,
mean
in a situation
me
like
personally?
this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Oh.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
I'm not doing
It's
the
indicative
responsible
of the
thing.
long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game
So
mechanics
funny.
and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on
Taking
them.
himself out of the game.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
What now? Can I go any further with this?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay. So what do you have to do to get the actual broom closet ending? That's what I'm wondering. If I stay here, does he say anything else? And he's right. There's nothing you can do in here. At all.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
I lost
upstairs
it.
to his boss's office.
So as you can see, I've had trouble triggering some of these endings. Hopefully you enjoyed what I was able to pull off. Let me know in the comments whether that was the true broom closet ending or not, or if I simply didn't push far enough. But I've enjoyed playing this game. I'm going to have to quit now and end the video, but I know there are a few more endings left to go. I'll have to create another video another time, but I really, really enjoyed the elevator ending in particular. That one sort of blew me away. But if you enjoy seeing me play games, or if there's other games I should play, there's a number of school-related games that I plan on playing in the future. Let me know what you'd like to see me try in the comments down below. And once again, if you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. Click the link, please. I really, really appreciate it. But I'm going to end the video here. I'll see you on the next one here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching. But I shouldn't do that, right? Or I'm not going to get the broom closet ending.